When you think of a bee, what's the first image that comes to mind? For most of us, it's the familiar, fuzzy, yellow and black honeybee, diligently buzzing around a hive. But what if I told you that the honeybee is just one tiny character in an enormous, sprawling epic? The world of bees is a vast and vibrant kingdom, home to over 20,000 different species, each with its own unique story, lifestyle, and appearance. From social architects and lone wanderers to clever imposters, the bee family is far more diverse and fascinating than you could ever imagine. Today, we're going on an expedition to explore this incredible world. We'll uncover the secrets of bees that live in bustling cities. Meet the solitary survivalists who carve out their own destinies, and even encounter the sneaky parasites of the bee world. Get ready to have your mind blown, because you're about to see bees in a whole new light. Let's start by looking at the social structure of bees. Broadly, they can be divided into a few major groups based on how they live. The most famous are the social bees. These are the ones we're most familiar with, species like honeybees and bumblebees. They live in large, organized colonies that can feel like bustling metropolises. Inside these colonies, every bee has a job. There's a queen whose primary role is to lay eggs and ensure the survival of the colony. Then you have the worker bees, who are all female, and they do everything else: foraging for nectar and pollen, building and maintaining the nest, defending against intruders, and caring for the young. It's a complex, cooperative society where the success of the group depends on the coordinated effort of every single member. Think of it as a superorganism where the colony itself acts like a single living being. Now, let's venture into a completely different lifestyle, that of the solitary bees. This group makes up the vast majority of bee species, around 90%, in fact. Unlike their social cousins, solitary bees are the ultimate independence. They don't live in colonies or have a queen to serve. Instead, a single female bee does it all. She builds her own nest, gathers her own food, and lays her own eggs, all without any help. She'll create a safe little chamber for each egg, stock it with a nutritious ball of pollen and nectar called a pollen loaf, lay a single egg on top, and then seal it up. After preparing a series of these cells, her job is done. She will likely never meet her own offspring. These young bees will develop on their own, emerge as adults, and start the cycle all over again. It's a life of self-reliance and incredible dedication. Then we have a really fascinating and slightly mischievous group known as cuckoo bees. If solitary bees are the hard-working single parents of the bee world, cuckoo bees are the clever freeloaders. Just like the cuckoo bird they're named after, these bees have a parasitic strategy. Instead of building their own nests and collecting their own pollen, a female cuckoo bee will sneak into the nest of a solitary bee while the owner is away. She then lays her own egg inside one of the host's brood cells. When the cuckoo bee larva hatches, it often has powerful mandibles and will eliminate the host's egg or larva, and then proceeds to eat the food supply that the hard-working host mother so carefully provided. It's a brutal but effective survival strategy. Cuckoo bees often look very different from other bees. They tend to be less hairy because they don't need to collect pollen, and many have a sleek, almost wasp-like appearance. Now that we understand these broad categories, let's put a spotlight on some of the key players. First up, the icon, the honeybee. Honeybees are social insects living in massive colonies that can house tens of thousands of individuals. They are famous for two things: honey and pollination. The honey they produce is their food store, created from flower nectar to sustain the colony through the winter. But their most vital role in the ecosystem is pollination. As they travel from flower to flower collecting nectar, pollen grains stick to their hairy bodies and are transferred to other flowers, enabling plants to produce fruits and seeds. It's estimated that honeybees are responsible for pollinating about 1/3 of the food we eat. From almonds and apples to broccoli and blueberries, we have these industrious insects to thank. They are the agricultural superstars of the bee world. Next, let's meet the big, fuzzy, and utterly charming bumblebee. If honeybees are the refined farmers, bumblebees are the heavyweight powerlifters of pollination. They are also social, but their colonies are much smaller than honeybee hives, typically containing just a few hundred individuals. What makes bumblebees so special is their incredible resilience and pollination power. Their larger bodies and dense coats of hair allow them to fly in colder temperatures and harsher weather than many other bees. This makes them crucial pollinators in cooler climates and at higher altitudes where other insects can't operate. They also have a secret weapon: buzz pollination. By vibrating their flight muscles at a high frequency, they can shake pollen loose from flowers that other bees can't access, like those of tomatoes and peppers. They are a true force of nature. Let's move on to a solitary bee with a knack for carpentry, the carpenter bee. These are large bees, often mistaken for bumblebees, but you can tell them apart by their shiny, black, hairless abdomens. As their name suggests, carpenter bees are expert woodworkers. A female carpenter bee uses her strong mandibles to excavate perfectly circular tunnels in wood, whether it's a dead tree, a wooden deck, or the eaves of your house. She's not eating the wood, she's creating a nesting gallery. Inside this tunnel, she will build a series of small chambers, separated by partitions made of wood pulp. In each chamber, she lays an egg on a ball of pollen and nectar. While they can sometimes be considered a pest for nesting in human structures, they are excellent pollinators and play an important role in the environment. They are nature's tiny, buzzing woodcarvers. Another fascinating solitary bee is the leafcutter bee. These bees are similar in size to honeybees, but have a much wider head and powerful jaws. Their claim to fame is their unique and artistic approach to nest building. A female leafcutter bee will fly to a plant and use her mandibles to neatly snip out perfectly circular or oval-shaped pieces of leaves. She doesn't eat the leaves. She carries these pieces back to her nest, which is usually a pre-existing cavity, like a hollow stem or a hole in wood. She then expertly uses these leaf fragments to construct and line her brood cells, creating a cozy, protected little nursery for each of her eggs. It's like bee origami. If you ever see plants in your garden with perfect little semicircles missing from the edges of their leaves, you can thank a creative leafcutter bee for her beautiful handiwork. Finally, let's talk about a group of bees you might have encountered on a hot summer day: sweat bees. This is a very large and diverse family of bees, and they get their name from their peculiar habit of being attracted to perspiration. They land on your skin to lap up the salt from your sweat. Don't worry, they are generally very gentle and rarely sting. What's truly stunning about many sweat bees is their appearance. While some are a dull black or brown, many are dazzlingly beautiful. They can have vibrant, metallic colors: brilliant green, blue, purple, or copper. They shimmer in the sunlight like tiny flying jewels. Most sweat bees are solitary. though some species exhibit various levels of social behavior. They are important pollinators for a wide range of wildflowers and crops, proving that beauty and hard work can definitely go hand in hand. So, from the highly organized societies of honeybees and the rugged individualism of carpenter bees, to the artistic creations of leafcutters and the shimmering beauty of sweat bees, it's clear that the world of bees is incredibly rich and varied. Each of these 20,000 species, whether social, solitary, or parasitic, plays a part in the intricate web of life. Their collective work as pollinators is the foundation of healthy ecosystems and a cornerstone of our own food supply. Without them, our world would be a far less colorful and far less fruitful place. The next time you see a bee, take a closer look. It might not be a honeybee. It might be a solitary mason bee looking for a home, a fuzzy bumblebee braving the cold, or a shiny green sweat bee just looking for a salty snack. Each one is a tiny marvel, a testament to the incredible diversity of nature, and each one deserves our respect and protection. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the amazing world of bees. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the natural world. Let me know in the comments which bee was your favorite, or if you've ever seen any of these incredible species in your own backyard. See you in the next video.